I'm Catherine Shank. I go to Brentwood High School and I'm a junior. I went on the Chicago mission trip. We went to the south side of Chicago. While we were there, we were assigned in different groups and we went out and did community service projects, vacation Bible schools at different churches, and we went out in the community and did some construction. The more that you go out into the world and you go out and see different things, the more you're going to learn about your faith and yourself and the people around you. I think seeing all these people in the south side of Chicago, it's not a very rich place. There's poor people, they're homeless, and seeing how happy they can be and how little they have and how much they appreciate it has kind of made me think about how I should appreciate what I have and how I should be so thankful for being here in Brentwood with a happy family and friends and a good school.
Hi, I'm Julie Wofford and I'm a senior at Brentwood High. Camp Artemis is a camp for autistic children and adults to not only get a week away from their normal life, but to experience camp as normal, typical children do. I was a CIA, which is what we call a Christian in Action. We serve under the staff at Camp Artemis, but we provide direct one-on-one care with the campers. Tanner, my first camper, when I went my first year, had many tantrums and seizures. In the very beginning of the week, I did not know how to handle that. I got really stressed out and angry at myself that I could not control him. And then I learned to call on God. And shortly through the week, I learned that if I immediately called on God directly, that things will all work out. Missions give people a chance that do not use that chance in their own environment to express who they are and share what they think is important to them, to others.
I'm Matt Graham. I'm a 9th grader at BHS. I was on the Jubilation Tour and we went to St. Louis. We did a bunch of performances going to just youth correctional facilities, old folks home. While there, we were doing Godspell, and that's just the entire gospel set to music. When we crucified Jesus, there was somebody in the audience who started shouting, "No, no," and you could tell they were paying attention. They were emotionally involved with this, and they cared, and that was pretty cool.
I am Abe Westbrook, and I go to Brooklyn Middle, and I'm in 8th grade. I went on the Chattanooga mission trip. I had Head Start Place, where it helps kids in preschool who are have poor families or in bad conditions. And what you do is you pretty much just go there and you just play with them for about 4 hours until lunchtime. Whenever you leave, they always just cry to you not leave, and you just get so close with the kids, it's hard to leave them. I learned that one day can change someone's life forever, and you can just talk to someone for 1 hour and you can just learn so much about their life, and they can share and teach you so much. Well, before that, I wasn't the biggest person on talking to someone, and after that, I learned so much about just sitting down and talking with an old person who, this seems completely unrelatable, but once you sit down with them, they're exactly like you. You learn a lot from missions. The kids, even though they're only 4 years old, they teach you a lot about life and everything and friendship. And also, you can teach them about being strong and being a good person.
I am Madison Brown. I go to Ravenwood High School and I am a senior. I went on the South Nashville mission trip. We did a variety of things. We were split into groups, and each group went to a different place each day. So we did things like Harvest Hands, where we played and tutored with the kids. We went to a Thrift Smart warehouse where we sorted some clothes to be compacted and sent out to these Thrift Smart stores. We also renovated a house, cleaned out the insides that had caught fire at one point. And we closed every night with worship, which was really awesome. I learned a lot on this trip. I learned that for me as an individual, my way of feeling God and feeling His presence is through service to others. And so it kind of helped me know I need to go on more mission trips with the church and stuff like that. And I also learned a lot about though we may think here in Brentwood that we have it all together and that everything is fine here, if you go a few miles down the road, it's really not. I think missions are important because, like I said before, I learned a lot about myself, and I know that people who go on mission trips often learn a lot about themselves, and of course they grow closer to God. My faith grew because I learned about myself and how to help myself grow in my faith.
I'm Zoe Rawl. I am in 11th grade and I go to Ravenwood High School. I went on the Sunshine tour this summer and we went all over the Southeast. I think it was like Camp Smile Mile. It was the one with the cancer patients because it was our very first concert. They smiled the whole time. Like, you really couldn't tell that there was anything wrong with them, and they got up and danced. And then we went to a correctional facility for teens, and they were in the worst situation, like the worst scenario, but they were just so happy to see us, and they just treated us with respect. Usually choir tours are something I do, and it's just a thing that I go on every summer. But this summer I decided to invite a friend of mine. I got to see her change, and in seeing her I saw how God works, and how He was so prevalent in our day-to-day lives. I saw Him working through her.
My name is Rob Graham and I'm a senior at Brentwood High School. I've been on 2 Sunshine Choir tours, but this past one we went to the Gulf Coast, around the Gulf Coast to New Orleans. We do a lot of like really fun activities, but I think the things that stand out most in my mind is like the actual work part, I guess. You know, we sang concerts to all sorts of people that kind of needed like a little spark of hope in their life. On a particular day, we also just did a day of mission work down there, rebuilding houses and painting and all sorts of things for those who still have effects from Hurricane Katrina in their lives. Just at the Boys and Girls Club, just like we were immediately surrounded by like so much love from these kids, and it was just like organized chaos in a way of just they were running all over the place on this open field and we were playing with them. And then when we sang the concert, they came up and they were playing on the drums with us. I learned that this choir and that this youth ministry that we have really can just help you get through almost any problem that you have. They're really just like a second family to me, and I can just trust these people and I can talk with them and I can share with them. I definitely try to make more of a conscious effort to spend time with God, and more of a conscious effort to be here and actually like be here, not just show up to church for a social aspect or just to be with friends, but to just be completely surrounded by the love of God that we have here.